Alexander Haq, who is the Deputy Chief Monitor of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission. He will give a general update on OSCE SMM and security situation in Ukraine.
Alexander Haq, he's the Deputy Chief Monitor for the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission, and he'll provide a general update on the security situation in Ukraine. The floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this weekly media briefing of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine. First, I would like to highlight a few items of our latest reporting. Then I will speak about the latest mission strength and mission numbers. But before that, I would like to say, in response to the many media questions over the past 48 hours, that we have indeed observed and reported a decrease in the use of weapons in eastern Ukraine in the last few days. While some minor incidents involving small arms fire have been reported, SMM monitors have not observed the intensive shelling that had become commonplace in the previous weeks. I want to reaffirm that the Minsk Protocol and the Minsk Memorandum provide a framework for the re-establishment of peace, stability, and security throughout Ukraine. The OSCE Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine continues to monitor the implementation of the provision of these documents impartially and objectively as part of the wider mandate entrusted to it by the OSCE Special Permanent Council. On behalf of the Chief Monitor, Ambassador Apakan, I welcome the recent decrease in shelling in eastern Ukraine. Some withdrawal of heavy weapons have also been reported in the last 48 hours too, but the OSCE monitors have not yet been able to confirm this. Let us not forget, however, it is more than 3 months since the signatories of the Minsk documents have agreed to the need for an immediate ceasefire and the prohibition of the use of all weapons in that area. Yet, OSCE monitors and our UAVs confirm that the security zone on which the participants in Minsk have also agreed to is not yet safe and is not yet secure. The risk of escalation remains high as long as the provision of the Minsk documents are not adhered to or seen to be adhered to by all sides. Now a few snapshots from our recent daily reporting. On the 10th December, the SMM monitors observed the following. While traveling from Lutigino to Krasny Luch, the SMM observed 5 green trucks, all without number plates. About 6 kilometers east of Donetsk, the SMM observed a convoy of 6 green armored military vehicles, 5 multi-purpose light armored towing vehicles, a KAMAZ truck, all heading westwards towards Donetsk. In Odessa, the SMM visited a building reportedly targeted by a bomb attack several hours earlier. The building housed an organization that collected donations for Ukrainian soldiers deployed in the east. At the outset of this statement, I also promised to say a few words about the SMM itself. At this moment, there are 338 monitors from 41 countries in 10 locations deployed. More than half of these monitors are in Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. We are on course to achieve our target that within the next 4 to 8 weeks to have 500 monitors in total on the ground in Ukraine. Until the spirit of the letter of the Minsk documents have been implemented, 2/3 or roughly 350 monitors will be in Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. For those of you who have been asking about the work of the Joint Center for Control and Coordination, the JCCC is a bilateral initiative between the General Staff of Ukraine and the Russian Federation. It consists of officers of the general staffs of these two countries and that are present in their head office in Debaltseve, and 14 other locations spread across 4 sectors across the Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. The SMM hopes that the JCCC will help to establish an effective and durable ceasefire. I want to emphasize, however, that the OSCE is not part of the JCCC. Rather, the mission is there to monitor the work of the JCCC and to facilitate dialogue between those involved to set it up. For further information on the JCCC, I encourage you to contact the Joint Center directly. At the end of my statement here, I would like to bring another urgent and important matter to your attention. The Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine continues to monitor and to report on a wide range of challenges faced by Ukrainians across the country. In Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts, these challenges are particularly difficult. SMM monitors speak to many of the most vulnerable groups in the country, many of whom are struggling to cope with confusing and inadequate social protection, limited access to health care, and even without basic needs for food and shelter. This group that we are speaking to include men and women alike. It includes elderly and the very young, those registered as internally displaced people, and those who still hope to hold out without the necessity to register, we speak to. We will continue to do so and report on the day-to-day challenges these groups face, and where possible, facilitate the dialogue that is vital to address these issues. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Чи у нас є питання? Do we have any questions?
Could you tell us about the OSCE's role in negotiations for the return of MH17 wreckage? Who was the OSCE negotiating with, and what were those talks like?
Thank you very much. The OSCE Special Monitoring Mission has a mandate in Ukraine that refers to reporting and verifying of facts, and on the other hand, of facilitating a dialogue. And now, in the early days, when that incident happened, the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission facilitated access of experts to the crash site and is continuing to do so. By doing so, the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission speaks to all involved, including those in effective control. Thank you.
We have no questions. I would like to thank you very much for taking the time to come here and brief us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, just one last question.
Sorry, how do you envisage Ukraine might secure its border with Russia, and what might the OSCE do to help with this?
It is the prerogative right of the government of Ukraine to design its border control mechanisms. The OSCE Special Monitoring Mission stands ready to monitor its efforts at the border, and as you know, the Minsk documents also refer to border monitoring, and the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission stands ready to do so, provided security at the borders are guaranteed for its monitors. I would like to emphasize, and as you can see from our daily reporting, that patrols of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission have already ventured to the borders that are not under the direct control of the government of Ukraine, and will continue to expand our work there, provided security provisions are in place.
Інтерфакс України, Герсулай. Розкажіть, будь ласка, як проводиться...
How do you use drones for in your work, and those vehicles, armored vehicles that were provided by the President of Ukraine? I mean armored vehicles. How do you use them?
Question. On the UAVs, the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission has contracted a private company and has been provided with 4 UAVs to be operated within Ukraine. Of those UAVs, only 1 can be up in the air at a time. They're currently been flying in the eastern part of Ukraine. The findings of these UAVs, that includes the imagery that is provided, is included in our reporting, which is reflected in the daily reports of which you can also make use through our website. On the vehicles donated by the government of Ukraine, I would like to highlight here once again that we are grateful for that donation by the government of Ukraine. We're currently finalizing the technical handover documents that includes questions of insurance, etc. And once these 10 Kogar vehicles are physically handed over, they will be deployed to the east and we will make use of them. And we once again grateful for these additional assets that we have been given. The technical handover procedures are being currently conducted. The vehicles are still not in our position.
Mr. Hug, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.